throws. Neil Anderson gets a carry and gets yardage across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Newsom was there on the stop.
Now, I really believe that you can make a compelling argument that Neil Anderson, as he's trying to get the dirt off his helmet there, but the best running back in the NFL tonight. You can have fans of Christian Okoye and Roger Craig and Barry Sanders, but when you're looking for a guy who can get you 2 yards when you need 1, but also on the next play can go 50, who can catch the ball inside the 20, I think you can make an argument that he's the best in the NFL right now.
Second down, 6 yards to go for the Bears so far.
Again, the 5 linebackers in for the Rams.
Anderson in motion to the right. Draw play, Muster, across midfield, first down, 45-yard line. Mike Wilcher made the stop, but not until the first down was achieved.
You know, give Mike Ditka and Gregory, the offensive coordinator, some credit, because, see, all these guys, those are all linebackers, speed guys. And what do? You run the ball right at speed guys as they run upfield. So it's the point-counterpoint. The Rams trying to rush the quarterback.
In here together. Bozo is in at tight end. Thornton left under his own power. Anderson in motion right. He'll throw again. Quick look for Anderson. Oh, he's got it, and he's got a chance. Vince Newsom saved the touchdown.
We talked about Neil Anderson doing it in the backfield, and he does it here as a wide receiver. And Jerry Gray, it looked like he couldn't make up his mind whether he thought he could get the interception or not. Number 25, the corner, thinks he's going to pick it off. And then at the last moment, I think he knows he's not going to get there and tries to slow down. And that allows Neil Anderson to go right by him. But, again, you can line up Neil Anderson in a lot of different places and get production out of him.
32-yard pickup. Long drive for the Bears. Gentry wide to the right, Morris to the left. Harbaugh has looked great. Anderson, not much. Stands among those to knock him down. You made a great point about Anderson. He's really earned his way into becoming a star player, hasn't he?
Yeah, you know, he really is. He was drafted number 1 out of Florida, and he came in highly touted, obviously, as the number 1 draft pick, but he wasn't playing much. And he went to Mike Ditka and said, hey, let me play somehow. And they said, okay, we'll put you on special teams. And he thought he was going to be returning kicks. Well, he ended up covering kicks, made all-pro. Then he moved to fullback and blocked for Walter Payton. Now he's a 1,000-yard rusher. So a lot of guys come in and don't earn it, but Neil Anderson has.
Gentry wide right, Morris in from the 12.
And this time the Ram defense keeps defensive linemen in rather than bring all the linebackers in.
Anderson splits wide left. Gentry is in the backfield. Harbaugh looks. He's got forever. Now he throws into the corner of the end zone. Anderson, touchdown.
But, Skip, I think you really have to like the play calling here by the Bears and the way Jimmy Harbaugh, as you said, is playing. Because when the Rams have come in with all linebackers on nickel situations, they've run it. That time, with the defensive lineman, no rush. He had way too much time. Skip, I thought the interesting thing on that Bear drive, the 2 big plays came when Neil Anderson, ordinarily a halfback, lined up as wide receiver. First, when Jerry Gray went for the interception, and he went down the sideline. And then after Harbaugh gets sensational protection and found Neil Anderson in the right corner, but both times he was the wide receiver. 2 catches on the drive for 44 yards.
The Bears converted. Delpino in motion left. Everett's first throw, intercepted. Wolford. Bears ball, 36-yard line. Donnell Wolford out of Clemson.
Boy, this Bear team, on their first 2 drives, offensively and their first possession on defense, or their first defensive series, they have been terrific. Up here at the top, Donnell Wolford is just going to read the eyes of the quarterback and step in and make the play. You see, he's rotated up in the short zone to try to bump the receiver, and then he just reads the eyes of Jimmy Everett. Yeah, that's a nice defensive play. They said they had to jam the receivers to prevent big plays, and they come around with a big defensive play.
Bears take over at the 36 with a chance to get well out in front. Anderson, not much. He got to the 33-yard line, was tripped up there by Frank Stam. Stam's out of Notre Dame. The give is to Muster, nothing there. 3rd and 6. Bozo in motion. Harbaugh to throw. Got his man at the 24, close to a first down. And I think he's got it. Ron Morris. Harbaugh down the middle, complete. It's Cap Bozo is tight end.
Usually, there's no Bozos allowed over the middle. But that time, Cap Bozo he's on the right side of the screen, the tight end. See the little gap he has between the tackle? That gives him a little room in the middle where he can run this kind of route. He gave himself a little cushion to be able to release inside, take the catch.
Normally, there are no Bozos allowed in the booth either, but with you, we're making it.
I knew it was coming.
1st and 10 for the Bears. The ball is on the 12. Morris wide right. Harbaugh has time. Now he's going to run. 10, 5, touchdown.
Look at that. He's got broken ribs and dirt on him, and he's taking hits and scrambling, and he's having a heck of a first quarter.
Deja vu for John Robinson.
And watch the hit he takes here. I mean, that's a heck of a hit no matter what. But when you have broken ribs, as he does, that's unbelievable. He's a tough player.
They lost a little yardage on the spot, and Gary is thrown back. The Fridge got him.
Yeah, the Fridge is having his best season ever in his 6th year. I mean, he is a different player, the Fridge is, than he was a year ago. He stayed in Chicago all off season, comes in every off day and works out, comes in early to work out, got his weight down, and you forget, there's Fridge right over the center, threw off Doug Smith.
Well, Anderson split wide right against Jerry Gray. Harbaugh zips it out. Dennis Gentry makes the Bobby Humphrey runs him out of bounds with 3 seconds left in the quarter, and it will now come. Watching tonight, 2nd and 5. Bozo in motion. Anderson gets the ball, gets the 46-yard line. And Anderson, the running back, behind Harbaugh. Anderson in motion. They'll throw for it. Gentry made a brilliant catch. First down again. Bobby Humphrey covered him well, but Dennis Gentry just made a heck of a play. The 9-year man out of Baylor. That's his 11th catch of the year.
And Fritz Shurmur, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, was saying this week is when Gentry lines up in the game, he'll be a back and sometimes a receiver, you better know where he is. And you better defend him because he can make plays like this. And Ditka was saying this week that, hey, that Dennis Gentry may be our most valuable offensive player.
Tonight, Harbaugh has been valuable, too. 7 of 11, 85 yards. Morris right. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Harbaugh's got pressure, gets it away. Cap Bozo pulls his way to the 32-yard line. Tell you what, Harbaugh paid the price. Kevin Green got him an awesome lick, but a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, here's a guy with a broken rib he knows he's going to get hit and just hanging in there. I think Jim Harbaugh is answering a lot of those questions we're talking about. And here's the catch by Cap Bozo romping over the middle. And, I think teams don't use tight ends enough because they're big targets. They're usually the closest receiver to the quarterback and right in his line of vision.
James Coley checks into the game now at tight end as Bozo comes out. Coley, a second-year man out of Clemson. 1st and 10 again. Morris splits left. Little out pass to Muster. 30, 25, 22. Stands the tackle. But the Bears are moving the ball at will, Pat Hayden.
You know what they're doing, too, is they're really spreading it around. They're giving it to Muster, they give it to Anderson and Gentry. Here's Muster, who's going to come here and fake the ball and then run right out into the flat. And what you like, it's a little cross action in the boot. Kevin Green is unblocked. And then Muster makes the adjustment on the catch. But they're using fullbacks and halfbacks and tight ends and wide receivers, and that's why they've been so successful tonight.
Gentry wide left. Morris in the slot to that side. Morris now in motion. Muster pulls his way inside the 20. First down, Bears.
This offensive line for the Bears are doing a marvelous job tonight. This is the guys that have been around for a while. And you can see why. This is the same offensive line that started the Super Bowl in 1985. The same offensive line that opened up an awful lot of holes for Walter Payton. And they just keep on going on.
Anderson in motion. Harbaugh's hit 7 in a row. He goes for 8. He's got a man. Morris, touchdown.
Well, you know, it was raining heavily before the game, even though the field had a tarp on it, but the defensive back, Anthony Newman, just fell down, and Ron Morris was wide open. But this is as good an offensive game plan that you're going to see because everything's working. Everything they do, they're running inside, outside, and throwing the ball all over the field. And Anthony Newman, who's ordinarily the free safety, but was guarding him on the play, just slipped on the wet turf. He's right there on the ground, and Ron Morris just ran the corner route, which is the easiest throw for any quarterback to make.
Well, it doesn't take a down play.
Yeah, they've got to go for it here. And this is where Buford McGee has been such a receiver for him over the years.
Pressure! Incomplete. Bears ball.
Leader for this Bear team for his 12 years, Dan Hampton.
Gentry in motion for the Bears. Harbaugh looks long for Bozo. And he's got it. What a catch. And he paid the price. Paul Butcher and Vince Newsom on the stop. And Bozo's not getting up. 23-yard pickup. Butcher, the new guy, and they went after him right away, didn't they?
You're absolutely right. And again, that is good play calling. You have a linebacker in, number 59, Butcher, who's not a great cover guy, but it started with the pass protection, which the Bears have done all right. This offensive line has opened holes for Neil Anderson, and they've given Jim Harbaugh beautiful protection. And then the game plan, everything has worked. You pick on a new linebacker, Butcher's in the game with your tight end, and you come up with plays like that.
Vince Newsom, the guy that put on the hit. One bad bit of news for the Bears. Both James Thornton and Cap Boso have left the game due to injury.
And they're a big part of the Bear offense. Obviously, Mike Ditka's your head.
Bears would like to get some more here. Anderson, can he get outside? Yeah. The bounds inside the 40-yard line at the 39.
You know, Skip, I think
Davis wide to the right. Second and 2, as you see. Morris in motion. Muster breaks it. 30 inside the 30-yard line. Michael Stewart out of Fresno State made the stop. A 10-yard pickup and a first down.
You know, I think what Bear fans love is to watch their featured back, Neil Anderson, actually come out and block Kevin Green as he comes in. Now watch Anderson. You've seen him catch the ball. You've seen Anderson run the football. And now he's not afraid to block. And again, we talk about if you run the football, your running back has to be the most physical guy on your team. I think Neil Anderson is that. and I think everybody feeds off of that physical play of Neil Anderson.
Had hit 9 straight passes till that miss. Wendell Davis wide left. Anderson goes right against Gray. Harbaugh on the draw. Muster, not much. Gets to the 28-yard line. Mike Peel.
Again, and down 21-0. You can't let the Bears get in field goal range.
It's 3rd and 18. Harbaugh stays in there. Anderson. First down. Wiltshire on the stop. 21 yards. The Rams simply cannot stop them. And we have reached Pat, and they still can't stop.
Well, you're right. I mean, Harbaugh has enough time here really to read a Chinese menu at a restaurant here. He's looking downfield, nobody there, and then just dumps the ball off. Now, that shouldn't happen on 3rd and 18. Somebody's got to...
10-yard line. 2 minutes left. Morris in motion. What a hit. What a hit.
And that's by Paul Butcher. Yeah, the guy who was just beaten by Cap Boso, and that's a big play.
Also, it's 3rd down. They're 6 out of 6 on 3rd down conversion.
Now, I really think you're seeing the maturation of a young quarterback, Jim Harbaugh, and the learning process for quarterbacks oftentimes is not pretty. But Jim Harbaugh is really showing something tonight. Again, until you're asked to win the football game and bring your team from behind and things like that, the question marks are never answered, but I know Mike Ditka has to feel awfully good about Jim Harbaugh.
Anderson goes in motion. Muster up the middle. Stop. Touchdown. This is amazing.
Watch the block of the left guard, Mark Bork, who comes in and traps the end, and then Muster just hugs that block, the block on Doug Reed. You know, it's amazing what they've done. Brad Muster doesn't look like he's going very fast, but the next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
70 yards on 9 plays. And the carnage continues here. It's 28-0, and this is really amazing to see a Rams team that competed for the NFL championship a year ago playing like this.
Well, they've had fundamental defensive problems all year, and that's no surprise that they're giving up points. I think what really has been the surprise is that the Ram offense has been shut down. The other angle of the touchdown, you're going to watch Bortz, number 62, lead the way for Muster. And the Bears don't use the fullback a lot, but when they do, he can be awfully effective.
What is it now? 7 out of 7? Let's see how the Bears play it here with only 37 seconds left. Well, why not? Little drop pass. Anderson gets out of bounds at the 33. A very short gain. Morris splits left. Gentry also on that side. Now Morris in motion right. And they run, and it's Anderson, and he's got a ton of yardage. 48-yard line before Vince Newsom knocks him down, the 8-year veteran out of Washington, and nothing has changed in the second half. 14-yard pickup, 36 yards on 8 carries for Anderson.
Watch the left side of the offensive line, the left tackle, left guard as they pull and lead the way here for Neil Anderson. You get Bortz, you get Colbert out in front of them. Cap Bozo, number 86, is making a block. You see 3 or 4 offensive linemen out there leading Neil Anderson.
It's another running back. It's 1st and 10 from midfield. Anderson again. Wiltshire the stop, but a 5-yard advance. It's 2nd and 5, and the clock continues to tick. 12 minutes left, 3rd quarter.
The physicalness of the position, I think, which makes Neil Anderson kind of unique. You can go the distance, you can play in open space in the wide, the receiver on the wide side.
4 wide outs tonight. Shotgun for Harbaugh.
a guy like Len Kozlowski on it. Starting from high school up through college, through pros, one of those guys who always seems to get open on third down. Len Kozlowski has done it for Jim Harbaugh all year long, and he does it again right here, but it's the foot speed of Harbaugh that gave him more time to throw the ball, but he was too wide open.
And just barely kept his feet in their knees. Everett will put it up. He rolls right and airs it out. Long down the field. Anderson trips up at the 10-yard line. A saving tackle by the Bears and by Donnell Wolford again. 54-yard strike. They finally got Anderson involved.
That's right.
One each way. Everett throws. Has a man. McGee. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Buford McGee from 10 yards out, and the Rams strike quickly and get on the board with 4. Ron Morris to the right. The pitch back. There's Anderson again. Anderson again. Breaks the tackle, crosses the 30, is shy of the first down. This one to the bank.
So, although I think there's some danger, and just as you get ready for next week, or I know they have a week off for the next game, of being too conservative. I think you still want to be aggressive offensively.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Harbaugh throws, has a man, Brad Muster, across midfield and down to the 39-yard line.
He comes up limping. Here's the guy, Brad Muster, who had back surgery a year ago, has constant pain up and down his leg.
And there's more surgery that he needs, but he can't have it till his career as a player is over.
He was the man in motion, and really, guys just should not be that wide open in the NFL. You understand it in high school and college and such, but really, he was open by a good 10 yards on a simple little flat route.
And he got 17 and another Bears first down with 12:50 left. Morris wide right. Harbaugh's going to throw again. Complete again. Paposo again. Out of bounds at the 23 and another first down for the Bears.
And last year, a lot of Oilers remembered that game.
First down for the Bears. The gift to James Rouse, the rookie from Arkansas. Gets his first carry of the night. And is down to the 5th Bears again with 11 and a half minutes left. Second man through Anderson. He's going to get there. Touchdown. He's 14 out of 63. A 15-yard route. Nobody touched him.
This offensive line, you can say what you will about Neil Anderson. He's having a great night, but that was a gaping hole in the defense. In the left side of the offensive line, Jim Colbert, Mark Bortz, who's played so well tonight, just opened that hole. It was just an easy touchdown run for Neil Anderson. Watch the block by the 3 men, the fullback, and then Jimbo Colbert and Mark Bortz on the left side of the line. I mean, Skip, you might have gained 6 or 7 yards on that hole. Anderson gets in, but that's terrific blocking.
Highly unlikely. Now, Pat, let's take a look at tonight's. Many of the crowd are headed toward the exit there. They are thrilled. Boy, they almost blocked it. Bailey will field it at the 45 if he gets the block. He's got a seam down to the 42-yard line. Frank Stans again made the stop. 29-yard punt, 12-yard return, and Mike Tomczak is going to come in and quarterback the Bears. So this one is over. Bailey a little shaken up, but he bounces to his feet. Kozlowski in motion. The give is to Bailey, and he fights his way down to the 38-yard line. Paul Butcher, the linebacker, makes the stop. Buford gets the kick away. He angles it towards Stoughton corner. Did they keep it in? They did. At the 1-yard.
Over the last 2 years.
Bailey and Rouse are the setback. Kozlowski in motion. The give is to Rouse, and he fights to the 35. Played well.
It'll be a great week off for the Bears, won't it?
The pitch. Fighting forward is Lars. By the way, on the Monday night game. Bailey wide to the right. Rouse is the single setback. Kozlowski in motion. Draw play. 23-yard line. Pat Terrell, the rookie out of Notre Dame, made the stop. First down, 10-yard pickup. The clock continues to roll.
Well, Mike Ditka is finding tonight that he has...
Bailey and Rouse. It's Bailey with the ball. 25, 20, and out of bounds. Lattenberry ran him out. Four. Tomzak marks the signal. Lars Tate handles the football. Cuts inside. Gets 5. Stays on his feet. Gets another yard. Alvin Wright finally no point in it, even if the rules say you should. This game has been over for a long time, and John Robinson makes the long walk, and Mike Ditka makes the short one, and the final score in this game is Bears 38, Rams 9. The Bears are 5-1. The Rams are 1-4.
Concerns that last year's 6-10 record might be repeated have been dispelled by a Chicago favorite. A down and dirty, put a hurt on you defense. While the Bears defense bullied the NFL's #1 rated offense, John Robinson knew things could get. The Bears racked up 38 points in a total team effort, like number 30 James Rouse cutting down Rams linebacker Brett Farinez, allowing Neil Anderson an uncontested path to the end zone. While Jim Harbaugh may have taken a big step toward becoming a first-class quarterback, 3 straight losses have sent the Rams to the bottom.